So, after telling the story of William Perry, the Tipton Slasher, we end up here. Not in Tipton, but at St John's Church, Cateshill, Dudley. And this is where one of the Black Country's hardest men was finally laid to rest. Not outside a grand stadium, not under some massive monument, just here in a quiet churchyard, a few miles from the town that made him famous. And this is his grave. William Perry had been champion of England, a bare-knuckle boxer feared across the country, but his final years were a sad fall from the top. In 1857 he fought Tom Sawyers, a younger, quicker fighter, and Perry was so confident he apparently put almost everything on the line, including money tied to his pup, the champion of England. And then he lost. From champion to struggling, from famous fighter to a man whose final years were much quieter and much harder. He died in 1880, and he was buried here with his wife Anne Maria, who had died before him. And that makes this place feel different, because it's not just about the grave of the Tipton Slasher, it's about the end of a human story as well. And for years, the grave fell into poor condition, but look at it now. People cared enough to restore it. Tipton didn't forget him, the Black Country didn't forget him, and to be fair, for a bloke called the Slasher, he ended up with a grave looking tidier than most of our front gardens. Yet, his story doesn't end in a churchyard, because back in Tipton, in Prince's End, you'll find William Perry ABC, a boxing club carrying his name to the next generation, and that's proper legacy. Not just a statue, not just an old pub story, not just someone your granddad mentions after a couple of pints. A real place with real people still boxing under his name. Watching the young boxers train here, you realise the sport hasn't changed completely. Perry's world was bare-knuckle fighting. No gloves, huge crowds, brutal contests that could last for hours. But here, it's different. There's discipline, coaching, confidence, respect. Young kids and teenagers learning how to work hard, how to listen and how to carry themselves. And that might be the best legacy of all. Not a statue, not a grave, not just an old Black Country story, but a name still inspiring people in Tipton today. Nearly 200 years after William Perry was born, kids are still walking into a boxing gym with his name above the door. And who knows, maybe the next local legend is already in there, learning the ropes, hitting the bags, and hopefully not betting their pub on it. Because around here, history doesn't just sit in books. Sometimes it's carved into stone, sometimes it's remembered into stories, and sometimes it's alive in a boxing club in Prince's End.